Totally Baseless.
Hey, welcome to Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with us is the master of references, Dan. Welcome to the podcast.
The timelier, the better, right? No Al Jolson this week.
And also Dave.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Good. How's Austin treating you?
Great. I don't live there, though.
San Antonio.
That's why it's treating him so great.
Let's start with nothing too controversial. The Florida Don't Say Gay bill, which Ron DeSantis said he would stand up against Hollywood elites, corporate interests, mainstream media, and the other 99% of the America to stand up against and actually signed into law. But who stood up against him? The Hollywood elites. Ron Perlman came out with a video calling DeSantis a fucking Nazi pig.
And immediately Nazi pigs were enraged to be lumped in with the homophobe.
Hey, like, don't associate me with that guy. Forget that.
Now, does this law make him a homophobe?
I think his homophobia makes him a homophobe. This just like puts it out there. I just love that he's such a homophobe that he can't even say that he doesn't want it to be called the Don't Say Gay bill. Because he doesn't even want to have the word gay being said.
No, he's like, I'm not calling it that. That's you guys calling it that. I'm calling it, don't say that word that might offend my ears because I'm a delicate flower.
It's that bill. Yeah, we never mentioned anything about that word that we can't say.
Don't say gay because it might turn my kids gay. My kindergartner. You're trying to indoctrinate them. Into what?
But yeah, what is this guy thinking that's like going on? We don't want our kindergartners indoctrinated into this like cult because if you talk about it, it's going to happen. It's like, yeah, the line of thinking.
Talking about it makes it happen. You talk about it, you become it. You're putting it out there. You're putting it out there into the universe. I guess. I mean, I thought I'd be a millionaire by now. That's the way it worked.
Yeah, I'm looking at my bank account right now. I've been talking about having millions in there for years.
Is he one of those guys that keeps asking things like, oh, if I hug my son, does that make me gay? If I kiss my father on the cheek, does that make me gay? That kind of guy?
I think so. How many times do I watch Spartacus with the bathhouse scene? Does that make me gay?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that if it happens to him. I think if he's doing it, it makes him gay. Right? Those are prison rules. Or do I have it the other way around?
Prison rules. Oh, man. I thought it didn't count if it was in prison.
Oh, okay.
Midnight Express rules.
There you go.
Well, it's not just the Hollywood elites. It's Disney, a big corporation with a lot of operations in Florida and has given a lot of money to lawmakers in Florida, has been backtracking on being silent initially. And DeSantis responded to Disney speaking out against this bill, saying if the people who hold up degenerates like Harvey Weinstein as exemplars and as heroes, if those are the types of people and all that are opposing us on parents' rights, I wear that like a badge of honor.
Don't say gay bill after all.
Wait.
Gay bill after all.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody really like Harvey Weinstein? It's like really like
I'm like,
yeah, trying to tie two separate things together.
Yeah.
There.
He's like, who's the most miserable prick I know? Let's see how I can tie them to Disney so I can seem like I'm reasonable.
Yeah, it's like kind of like those bills where like if they don't want the bill to pass, at the end they tack on something that like nobody would dare vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's gonna say, yeah, I'm for Harvey Weinstein.
Kind of like saying, are you for Dan and Jeffrey Dahmer?
Exactly.
Well,
Cherry
you
picking
can
there.
separate those, right?
Can I be for Jeffrey Dahmer and not be
And against
associated
Dan?
with- Yeah.
That's that would be
Hey,
a
wait a
choice. Well, in any case, the bill has passed. Ron DeSantis has signed it, and we'll follow up if any more craziness happens. A lot of lawsuits trying to prevent it from being put into place. So we'll see what happens if Disney and Hollywood elites have their way, or if Ron, the homophobe
We'll be
DeSantis,
gay after all.
have their
We'll be
way.
gay after all. No,
Didn't say you can't write gay, right? So everybody start writing to Ron DeSantis, write letters, gay. Just send him emails that say,
Okay. Well, not reggae, but gay. Yes.
Yeah.
Dear Ron DeSantis, in big letters, gay.
Oh, man.
And then just thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, methinks he doth protest too much. All right. Well, there is a guy in Nashville, back to Tennessee, one of our favorite states after Florida, whose parents maybe should have hugged and kissed him a little bit more. He tried to kill his parents when they forced him to move out of the house, and he actually did kill his uncle. There was a struggle when he tried to sneak back in the house at 1:45 in the morning, and his father actually restrained him until the police could get there.
That guy's what, son of the year? His parents don't want him there because he's trying to kill him. His uncle, I guess, takes him in and he kills him.
This is one for everyone that thought they had a shitty college roommate. It's like, come on, there's this guy.
Could always be worse.
He ate all my DiGiorno. I mean, this is just the volleyball between Florida man and Tennessee man. I think they're trying to like outdo each other now.
Yeah, the guy's name is John Bond, which is kind of a cool name. You'd think he'd be able to make something of his life with that name only. Bond, John Bond. I live in my parents' basement.
The guy was so scared of being out in the real world that he was going to basically kill his parents to let him back in.
Well, it still got him roommates though, right? Like now he's going to prison. So
well, there you go.
Moving from my parents' house to the big house, 3 hots and a cot. Don't got to work. Worked out nice.
Yeah. I guess either way, he doesn't have to pay rent.
Wait a minute.
I mean, just for that, I'm going to go kill Uncle Bob. Or what was the guy's name? Dwight, right?
Dwight, yes, yeah. Dwight Bond. The father, 68 years old, overcame the son who tried to shoot him with a .22 caliber revolver. He got it away from his son and shot at him, striking his son, and then managed to pin him down until the police arrived. Too bad this wasn't on Father's Day.
Well, I mean, how much of an incel is this guy? Right? I mean,
incel. I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah.
This guy attacks his parents, who I'm assuming are all elderly now.
68 and he's 33.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the old man took him down.
Well, apparently his aim was thrown off because he burned his hand on his microwavable Hot Pocket that he'd just gotten out from the basement. So
any of you ladies who would like to write to prisoners, John Bond will now be available in prison in Tennessee. Address soon to be determined. Well, there's another guy who's up for worst son ever, but only in his own mind. A Trump supporter claims to be Putin's son and asks his quote unquote father to nuke America. And then afterwards, he's looking forward to meeting Putin and Trump after the dust settles.
Yeah, I like that last one. After the dust settles, we can all meet in hell.
Yeah. Apparently, he doesn't know exactly how nuclear weapons work.
Yes.
Basically, dude, I doubt you'll be alive to meet your dad.
It just causes a little bit of a stir in the air, right? After that settles down.
It's just a little dust. Once the dust settles, once that radiation dissipates, and what's the half-life of nuclear radiation?
A few thousand years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that Elohim, God Almighty, advises you to nuke the empire of lies. The time is now.
Crack is good.
Crack is good.
Maybe this is like a baseline test for Putin. Like, you're like, I'm crazy, but I'm not that batshit crazy. Does this guy happen to live in Florida right now by any chance?
Oh, really good question. You know what? It doesn't say where he's from, but let's assume it's
or Tennessee
or Florida. It's hard to tell.
Or somewhere.
John Bond's roommate.
Yeah. John Bond's ex-roommate. Yeah. Not a good look right now to be supporting Putin in any case. So definitely some
yeah, but he didn't sound like he was all there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not all there. Speaking of people who are not all there, let's go to our show regular, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She went on a little bit of a rant at a rally in support of David Perdue, who's running for governor of Georgia. She said, you know what? Pete Buttigieg can take his electric vehicles and his bicycles. She has something against bikes too, apparently. And he and his husband can stay out of our girls' bathrooms, eliciting applause from the crowd. So no one knows really what she was talking about. She's against bicycles, electric bicycles, apparently, and something about girls' bathrooms. And Buttigieg responded by calling them nonsensical comments, which seems like that's the case.
To say the least. I don't really think she knows how it works all, because I think the last place Pete Buttigieg and his husband ever want to be is a women's bathroom. It's like,
have you seen the women's bathrooms?
I have not, Dave. Have you?
Yes, I have, and they're more disgusting than ours. When you have to go, you have to go.
Another case of conflating maybe gay people with pedophiles. So not a very flattering look for her.
I would be surprised when she actually starts making sense, because right now it's just par for the course. And of course, the people cheering her on, those are the ones I worry about even more. It's like, you think that makes sense? We too hate bicycles and electricity.
Yes, but she was making fun. She was making fun of the things we both hate too. Woohoo! Gay people, electric cars, bicycles,
progress, dental hygiene. We hate that too.
But
I'm just wondering if she's like actively trying to get like thrown out of Congress. It's not like, if I act crazy enough to let me go, like she doesn't like the job, like she doesn't know she can just resign.
Yes, that's right. Another thing that's happening with Marjorie Taylor Greene is, I love saying all three of her names together, by the way, is that Georgia voters on Thursday are asking state officials to block her from running for re-election, alleging she is unfit for office because of her support of rioters who attacked the United States Capitol. This is under the insurrectionist disqualification clause, a provision of the Constitution.
Well, I mean, they should not let her run for office for a lot of reasons. But sure, if that's the one that they can make stick. I mean, she's just a train wreck.
Yeah, it's not a crime to be a dumbass, but if you're a dumbass and you try to overthrow the government, I think we can get you on the second one.
She has proven herself to be just utterly stupid in everything she says. You know, like gay people hanging out in women's bathrooms, gazpacho police, or any of the hundreds of things she says whenever she has any time in front of the camera. So just for that, they should throw her. They should throw her out or not let her seek re-election. But
yeah, her gross misunderstanding of basic U.S. history. Oh, wait a minute! What? That's not what we're supposed to do?
And human decency in a lot of cases, apparently.
I was going to say,
without saying,
gross lack of human decency.
Well, there's plenty of evidence they have on her for not supporting the U.S. Constitution and defending our country. During a radio program late last year, she said January 6th was just a riot at the Capitol. And if you think about what our Declaration of Independence says, it says to overthrow tyrants.
But Trump was still in office. Technically, Trump was still in office at that time. So
there's an administrative law judge who will hear this and determine if there's enough evidence for this.
Some legal scholars were weighing in saying they don't think it'll go through, I guess, because they tried doing the same thing to North Carolina, to another one of our favorite sons, Cawthorn.
Yeah.
But I guess it's something that a state can't, I guess, rule on. It's, I guess, something more like if Congress didn't want her to be reelected and serve, that they would be the ones clamping down on her.
The will of the people. We can't keep dumbasses for running, but you dumbasses stop reelecting them is kind of what they're saying.
Even her constituents are having a, I've had enough with her, right? They're getting they're like,
do you want to start that sentence again?
I can't. I'm trying to say, even they've had an ass full of her.
Yep, the states may not have the right, and it's up to Congress. That's right, to determine. So this case will probably get thrown out.
I know my shit. I just can't get it across. But I know what I'm talking about most of the time.
But let's get to the main story that's affecting America these days. The slap. Will Smith walking up and slapping Chris Rock at the Academy Awards. And this is relevant because Marjorie Taylor Greene, again, supports what Will Smith did. She said, I never watched the Oscars, but I've seen the Will Smith Chris Rock clip a million times this morning. I have to say, I appreciate the alpha male response of a husband defending his wife. It was settled, and then no more drama.
Two things here. First,
Okay.
she's always on the wrong side of anything.
Yes.
And second, was she watching those clips a million times because it was
I think she thought it was something else.
she's like, this porn? Not saying that she, but yeah.
But I think, yeah, she must have a running bet with someone going, I dare you can't take the wrong side of this issue. And go.
Oh, I lost again.
Even in her mind, when she's trying to endear herself to the public, still picks the wrong side. She still doesn't get it.
I mean, the only way you could be on the right side of this is if Will Smith was slapping them for making those god-awful grown-ups movies. If that was like, if that was the reason, then I'd be like, okay.
Adam Sandler movies, yes.
Yeah.
But this,
I'm slapping you for that.
Well, she did compliment Chris Rock, who handled it, she says, who handled it like a man with no whining. And I do have to say, I do agree with her on this. Chris Rock took that like nothing happened, came up with a quick joke, and just moved on.
he came out looking good, like a champ, man. He took that
it
shot
like a man.
Yep.
And I think once again, that's kind of like an even bigger shot to Will Smith. It's like, great, you go up and try to assert your macho dominance, and the guy you slapped doesn't even move or flinch.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
like,
he
fuck,
had
I can't even
punched
do
him.
this right.
I thought he punched him, and I'm like, wow, he really took that well. He just bounced right back, but it was an open-handed slap. So
Yeah, but Will
I guess
Smith,
he thought it was his wife he was hitting.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
yeah, but Will Smith came off looking really bad. I mean, the guy walks up to a comedian during an awards show whose job it is to sit there and pretty much make fun of the room, and slaps him when he can't do anything about it. And then he gets up 5 minutes later to a standing ovation, starts crying, crocodile tears, and says that, hey, I have to defend my family. Or I'm paraphrasing, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
It's like-
not a great look.
yeah.
No one, yeah, your family was not in any danger. These people who grossly overshare everything. I think the big offense was that Chris Rock wasn't aware of all their oversharings. Like, how dare you not know? It's like, he made a joke. Yeah, not that funny, but
Not funny at all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she has
Yeah,
a
Jane, too.
disease. She
That's a
has a
20
disease.
That's a 28-year-old movie, I think.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
but
It was-
I like it that the reason was she has a disease. No, dude, she's losing her hair. That's not a disease. You're not going to die of baldness. Alopecia comes on you because of stress.
You overshare everything, you get made fun of, and now you're like offended. It's like, really? It's like, just no. The
Yeah.
whole thing was he's trying to be a man because obviously he doesn't think he's that much of a man. So he goes and slaps a guy that's a foot shorter than him. That's
a
not
little
waiting
bit
for him.
overcompensating, maybe. Yeah.
A lot
It's
of
a
it.
lot of overcompensating.
a lot of bit of overcompensating.
Well,
yeah,
as
go ahead.
usual, the real victim was not Chris Rock, but a wealthy middle-aged white woman. Amy Schumer says that she was traumatized, is still triggered and traumatized over the disturbing incident. She didn't express any sympathy for Chris Rock, but she's writing about her pain. About
This
the,
affected me. It affected me.
Yes.
I had to see two people go at it.
I had to see two millionaires get fighting. I'm like, no. I mean, it's a shocking thing, yes, but lady, it's not about you.
It's Amy Schumer was apparently very deeply affected by this. And of course, the late night shows all had their jokes about this. So Stephen Colbert said that thanks everybody for coming tonight, unless you're Chris Rock, because I'm pretty sure he got slapped into next week. And James Corden said Coda won Best Picture, and that's pretty much what everybody's talking about. So some good material for them. Stephen Colbert had another good one. He said it's the worst thing Will Smith has ever done. Wait, I forgot about Wild Wild West. He's not here, is he? I'm kidding, obviously. The worst thing he's ever done is Gemini Man.
The worst thing he's ever done is had two kids that were just obnoxious as hell. That's
going after the kids, Dave.
That's how we
Well,
do.
Well, I
That's
want.
how we do it.
Yeah, there you go.
But with taking home the Oscar, now there's 2 people in the house with no balls. So, it's good.
Okay. Well, Chris Rock is might be crying all the way to the bank. There's a surge in his comedy tour tickets ever since the slap, and they're going up in price. He's selling out, so he's doing well business wise out of the whole thing.
It'll be called the Will Smith Made Me Rich tour.
He said he's gonna get slapped before every concert tour from now on.
He's got Will Smith on speed dial. I need some money.
Yeah. Which Oscar winner will slap me next? I have Judi Dench.
Yeah, I would pick Judi Dench too. Actually, I would not pick Jason Momoa.
that would be awesome.
I would be slapped into next week then. Yeah.
But I think this is kind of like the equivalent of how much are these like people like Chris Rock fans, or is it more like of a hate fuck towards Will Smith? I hate you so much, Will Smith. I'm gonna go pay to see Chris Rock.
I like Chris Rock, and yes, I hate Will Smith. So,
Do you know how old Chris Rock is?
he's 59,
57.
57. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
a-
kind of an older guy to be slapping around like that. I mean, Will
He-
Smith is 53, but when you're hitting people that are close to 60, it's kind of
It's like bashing seniors, right?
They get him for elder abuse. I mean, didn't charge him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say, man. Isn't there some sort of laws against picking on old people?
I can't wait till I'm old enough so it's illegal to kick my ass all the time.
I mean, he is legal. He is old enough to be a member of AARP. So
Why
that's
you know that, Dave? I won't
'Cause
even ask.
because I'm getting there.
Can you explain what AARP is for people in Gen Z like me?
The
Hello, fellow teenager.
American Association of Retired People. It's the lobbies for old people. Try to get you free tennis shoes for your diabetes.
Thank you, Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris Rock performed in Boston, and tickets were going for $46 a week ago, a little over a week ago. And as of the morning before the show, they had surged up to $800. And the minimum ticket was $441.
Yeah, he's laughing all the way to the bank. Will Smith can slap the shit out of me anytime.
Well, it's a resale, so he might not be getting the already sold ones. Yeah.
Oh, fuck that then.
But
Never
with
mind, Will.
The $880 ticket, you do go get to kick him in the shins after the show. So there's, there's
Right.
perks.
It's the recreation package.
He stands up on a stage, yeah, and you walk up to him, huh?
He's all, I get to insult your woman and you get to do whatever you want.
Kind of like a
In
meet
the
and greet.
nuts. Yeah.
A beat and greet.
Yeah.
Meet and greet.
I paid for the Will Smith package, sir.
You know who's
Well.
not getting the Will Smith package? Jada Pinkett Smith.
All right, I think that's a great place to wrap it up. If anybody else gets slapped, we'll talk about it next week, I assure you. Thank you to Tennessee, Florida, and of course, Ron DeSantis.
And as always, the inimitable Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Exactly.
All
right.
MTG all the time.
See you next week.
Later on.
Ah. It's the gay world after all.